No. Hey everyone, welcome to the pre-season chat of the Bwoah Racing League Season 4. And today we've got the in-game Haas team led by team principal Prophecy, who is Nishil here today. And we've got their drivers, Baby Shumi, who's Sujit, as well as Arundam, who's General Pepe. Both of you all are new entrants into the league, debutants, so to speak. Let's start off with how you felt about the preseason test. I know both of you all had spent some time on the track. So let's start with Baby Shumi.
Yeah, pre-season testing hasn't been good, if not the worst for me. Yeah, things I'd improve on would be my traction control and also driving amidst the traffic, because that's what has cost me point finishes in both the pre-season testing. That's
Yeah,
what.
the short races. Yes, we did see you get caught off guard. What about time spent on the game itself and time spent playing, sim racing games on your side? How long has it been? Give us a little context there.
So I've been into sim racing from about like 6 months. That's it. So
Oh,
F1
okay.
2020 has been my first game, I would say.
Wow, okay.
So I'm improving on my assists and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So day by day I'm bringing some assists and
Okay.
trying
Yep.
fast laps. That's
Yeah, we had Jefferson over as well, Avocado, who was running alongside of
yeah.
you as well. And he said the same thing, that how he's taking it step by step and trying to improve himself in the game. Cool. Moving on to General Pepe, how did you feel the preseason test went?
Um, I think preseason testing went good. To be honest, it was just about after coming back to F1 for so long, so I was still getting used to how the car drives. So yeah, it was smooth, but I would say there are like pretty big margin of improvements to be made, and the grid looks like really competitive, to be honest. So we're hoping to have a good season ahead. So, yeah.
Okay. Um, a lot of people might actually be intimidated in the league of your results, especially that last lap you put in during the second pre-season test, where you improved by a whole second. So you want to tell us about that lap? Like some people would say others were sandbagging, but you were clearly not. So
Uh, no, to be honest, we were in the VC. We were actually talking about talking to each other that what fuel should we carry and all. So normally at the start of the practice, so we were carrying like full fuel, and after that it's like seeing people's lab, so I was pretty sure they were running a bit lower fuel than not usually. So yeah, that's the reason I put down the fuel like a bit too much and then went out to do that lap. Otherwise I couldn't have done that lap. There's no way. I'm not that quick.
all right, okay. More soon enough. Propsy, back again. Last time around, you had a word with Ruds in the post bid chat as TP. You've seen the boys' pace, and you dropped a heavy prediction as well that constructor's title is what you're aiming for, and you'll get it. You've seen their pace. You've seen General Pepe was likely to be fighting in the front row, whereas Baby Shumi will make his way up there with consistent practice and whatnot. Thoughts on the boys' preseason testing performance, first off?
Actually, I was really impressed. I think they outperformed what I expected them to. Quite a few of them were really fast. I didn't expect, for example, Avi to be like the third fastest during qualifying. He really did well. So kind of good news as well, because more competition will push us further. I think we'll do better as well, but it's not going to be easy. I think we have a good competition on our hands, and yeah, still constructors is what we're after. Obviously drivers as well, but constructors is something I really have my eyes set on.
But what about your team's performance in preseason testing? How did you feel about it?
I was pretty happy. I mean, I think Baby Shumi had some unfortunate instances. Like in the second race, he got shunted by one of the cars. I'm not exactly sure which one, but yeah. So that ended there. And I think in the first race, he got a little bit overconfident in the first lap, and that he tried a move and it didn't work out, which is totally fine. Happens. This is the testing. He needs to make mistakes here, so he won't repeat them in the race. So like I was happy with the progress made, but I think he learned from it. So that's what that matters. So overall, decent performance.
Okay, cool. And we had Rusty Nish, the first TP, in here with his drivers, and I'm going to ask you the same question. What is the game plan in terms of competitiveness, race by race, at least for Australia? Tell us, because you've seen the others as well. You mentioned Avi only so far, but there were a lot of the others out there who were quite quick, and some people probably sandbagging as well.
So I obviously, I think Avi was the fastest according to my expectations. Everyone else were fast, but I expected them to be fast. Just so like we obviously have a lot of competition, but I think Avi just outperformed expectation first of all. Second, I think Australia, our game plan is we'll just see how it goes. Mainly, I want to first figure out how are we gonna work with our strategies, because I think in the end that is the most important part, which most people could kind of overlook, and then they don't get the results out of that. That I think I have a lot of focus on the tire strategy for now. And I think it won't reveal too much. Some things will be kept to myself because it's a competition after all, and we're here to win.
Yep, indeed, you all are. Okay, let's get the thoughts of the drivers themselves. First time here in the chat. Apart from preseason testing, the league itself, I want to get quick thoughts on your opinion on the other drivers, in specific the front runners, perhaps from General Pepe, like KDB, Big Man Joe. All these guys. Maybe you have raced with them, but clearly you haven't been in a league with them. Going into the league this new season, what are your own personal goals, perhaps, and what are your thoughts on the drivers also?
Firstly, I would like to say that everybody is really good. Like I've seen them racing in 2019 too, so they were pretty quick there too. Yeah, that's one thing that I've not raced with them before, but I've seen their pace, so it's like I can make an assumption where can I be in the field. Obviously I want to win every race, but that might not be possible sometimes, but I would love to win every race. That's the goal right now for the season, and to win the constructors for Haas. That's it. It's like pretty simple. Forward, take a chill pill and drive and just win and then come home.
All right. And Baby Shumi, thoughts on the other drivers in the league as well as your personal goals?
Goals for this season would be like trying to finish in points every race. That would really contribute to the Constructor Championship, and also would prove Prophecy's choice right. And with regards to the other drivers, I'd say General Pepe, he's like the best driver on the grid. Obviously, we haven't seen Big Man Joe and him racing each other in the same race. But being his teammate, I'd want him to win every race. Yeah.
Oh,
so
all right.
Competition, I feel for me would be Rocketman and Rustinish and a few others on the grid in the middle.
Oh, okay. For you, that's great to hear. A lot of expectations for you, General Pepe, from your own teammate. You need to win every race.
Oh, I mean, I want Swijit to like come into the points every race. That will be really nice. Like it will be a mental boost for the team. It will be really nice.
Yeah,
it's not at the end of the day. It's not just about me. It's just about the team.
As a team, as a team, do you all think you'll have a bit of an advantage having a non-driver TP?
I would say yes. Yes, actually. I would say yes because.
So, what about you?
Same, I would say yes because he has more time. Like he's off the practice and he has more time doing the strategies and stuff. Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay, General Pepe, I cut you off because I know you were about to answer my next question, which was expectations of the TP. So go ahead.
No, it's actually nice because so we are racing. It's like when you're racing, you can't like figure out what strategy is best and what strategy is not. So having someone who is not racing and like keeping track of the data every now and then, it's like very easy. He can make the calls and we can just go through. So it's a bit easy with the non-TP.
Yeah. Okay.
Non-driver TP, yeah.
Your drivers have spoken, Prosty, so a lot of work to get done. Let me quickly get a round of answers for a couple of simple questions. First off, of course, is a race you're looking forward for. Each of y'all can go ahead and answer. Let's start with Baby Shumi.
Yeah, mine would be Bahrain. So I've had a lot of practice in that track. Also, I've had a lot of time trials, and I've even bet Big Man Joe's time trials. So I don't know if it was, with the assists or stuff, but yeah, I tried that.
All right. That's good to hear for the team, and I'm pretty sure Prosty is happy. Prosty, go ahead.
I think one of my favorite tracks being Austria. I think I would like to see how Haas does at Austria. So yeah, that's the big one.
Red Bull Ring, of course.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to Silverstone, Monza. These are like very good tracks of mine. So I'll try to win on those tracks. Like not just those, but all the tracks. But I'll see what happens.
All right. Okay. Now, to a couple of questions the other teams and drivers have asked. One of them have asked you to rate the teams on 1 to 10. So I'm going to assume that's putting them in order. So let's frame this in a way that, it doesn't take too much time. So let's say which team for you will be the actual competitor out there, you feel, right off the bat from Australia? One team which you all have in mind. Maybe it can be different from driver to driver, person to person here. But yeah, go ahead, Prosty. What do you think?
It's really difficult to say just because of how much the talent is spread out at this point. Because I think obviously Big Man Joe, Alfa Romeo, good competition. Racing Point with KDB and Sicknig, I think they have a very good matchup. So like in constructor, especially overall, they are good competition. Obviously Red Bull, because we have Accelerate and SV11. So Renault, obviously, because Avi and Vex, I think they have a very good combination. So it's really hard to say just because of how much competition is out there and like how evenly balanced it is. But if I had to put like a top 3, so at least Australia, nothing further, just that particular race, I would give it to I think Racing Point, Red Bull, and Renault. That's the 3 competition we're gonna have.
Okay, all right. Racing Point, Red Bull, and Renault, the triple R's. All right. What about you, Baby Shimi? Who do you think? Who would you place in the top 3 people who will be competitive for y'all?
Yeah, so one would be Racing Point, and their team is a lot balanced than the other teams. And then it will be AlphaTauri, and then it will be Renault. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Of course, the AlphaTauri boys, Rusty Nation, Ferrello. Yep, they will be to an extent compared, I'm sure. Jen and Pepe, what do you think?
I would say, to be honest, in the first place, Racing Point is a good competitor, and Alfa Romeo, I would say. And maybe Renault, like not sure, but obviously showing some good pace. But I think so. Renault is a good competitor for us. But that's not 100%, to be honest.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me take it a bit back, right, to the bid of Bwoah Racing League itself, because both of you all are new entrants, and pretty much even Prosty joined us this season. How did you feel about the whole thing in general? Did you expect to be alongside a driver of the caliber that you are right now, or did it come as a surprise, or was there a specific person who you wanted to bid on you? Let's start with Baby Shumi.
Yeah, I knew that the drivers would be a lot fast, but I didn't expect them to be like this fast. So almost all of them are like really good with their pace. So yeah, that's what I thought.
But what about the team you wanted to be in? Was there any specifics? Because I know you came from Alfa Romeo. Initially, Big Man Joe picked you as his reserve. Do you think you're missing out on that? You still wanted to be their reserve, or you're happy that you're a main driver?
No, I'm obviously happy that I'm a main driver for this, because if I was a reserve driver there, I wouldn't be racing, along even Daniel or Vinith. So because since they're studying they would miss the race. They would both miss the race if they. I mean, there would be one sec. Yeah, one would not be missing the race. Both would be missing. So we would have to find another driver. Yeah, that would be the case. So I'm happy driving here.
Oh, okay. Pepe, what about you? Was there a specific team you had in mind, a team principal who you wanted them to pick you, or were you like, oh, it's okay?
Yeah, to be honest, it was like completely okay. Like I was open to everything. Like I just wanted to race. That's it. So it doesn't matter who picks me or anything. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, to be honest. Like having such non-driver TP like Prophecy is like such a bliss. Such a cool guy, to be honest. Yeah.
Prophecy, I know this was touched upon in the post-pit chat, but I want to ask you now, because now you really know about how your drivers do perform and everything. There is a factor where you can bring in a higher driver mid-season and stuff like that. You do not have a reserve driver. Will that come up at some point? Is that something you're taking into consideration, or do you expect Baby Shumi and General Pepe to run throughout the season?
I expect them to run throughout the season. I think, I have confidence in my lineup.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Sorted. Okay. We did this for the TPs as well. Let's get to the drivers. Going into the season, predictions or bold predictions, like I like to call it. Let's start with Baby Shumi. Anything at all. This doesn't have to be just about your own team and yourself. It's about the league itself. Anything from crashes to DNFs to anything at all. Wins, podiums, random predictions. One or more than one. Go ahead.
Yeah, wins, I'd say General Pepe would win about 40% of the races, I feel. It's just a prediction. And then the same with Big Man Joe. And the others are, spread out, yeah.
Okay. All right. 40% of the wins goes to his teammate. How about you, Pepe? Any bold predictions?
For now, I can make a bold prediction for Australia.
Go ahead.
Like at the start, at turn 1, Big's gonna dive bomb and kill someone. No, just kidding.
Virtually, of
just
course.
Kidding. Yeah. Virtually. So no, I would say like I want to win races, but at the same time, people are there who can actually beat me at on the track. So I would say maybe KDB has like some good percentage of winning races, like good chances, and at the same time, Big Man Joe. So yeah, I think my prediction will be like top 3 will be like a good competition with Big Man Joe, KDB.
Competitive top 3. And we all know what Prophecy's prediction was, which is your team winning the constructors. So clearly he's all set that way. But you mentioned something interesting, turn 1 being absolute carnage, and we saw that into the second race of preseason testing. How did that go for you in specific? Like, did you get caught off guard? I know you pulled away and everything, but how do you usually, confront situations like that in case you were in the middle of a pileup like that?
It's like if you get caught up in such incidents, it's like really unlucky and unfortunate. Like sometimes you can't avoid such situations. But I would like what I do is I take turn 1 a bit easy. Like I would like not rather if I'm P1, so the guy in P2 tries to overtake me on turn 1, so I would just like rather let him go and get him, like if the race is not over on the first lap, so I would like rather go for him in the second lap, third lap when the DRS gets enabled. So I would say take it easy turn 1 and it will be a smooth race.
All right. And Baby Shumi, obviously we spoke about how it's going to be consistent practice on top of each other. I mean, week in by week out. And you did mention that you're turning off assists one by one. Is there one assist which is really hard for you to turn off? Because I know a couple of things, a lot of the drivers who are turning off traction control are actually facing huge problems, like they're actually feeling a huge difference and stuff since last season. So is there one assist like that for you?
Yeah, it's ABS, of course. Traction control, I'm able to manage, but ABS, it's pretty hard for me. I practice that a lot.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And quick thoughts on Australia itself, because first race of the season, I'm pretty sure qualifying is something you all might be looking forward to or not. But just quick thoughts on the track itself and your opinions on how the race might go.
I would say take it easy, and qualifying is really important to qualify up front just to avoid some carnage. And I would say if you win the race, that's a good start. So I'm looking forward to winning the race. So yeah.
Maybe show me thoughts on Australia. How do you like the track?
Yeah, so I've had a decent practice with Australia because that's the first track, you get to play on the game.
Right.
So, like I said, the goals would be to have a good point finish, hopefully
Yeah.
a double point finish.
All right. Awesome. And Nishil, Proxy, what are a couple of the specific things you're working on in the back end to really understand and really help your drivers? Is there anything specific you're doing? And first off, are you up for disclosing that?
So I won't disclose the full thing. So they'll never know if I'm disclosing everything
Yeah.
or just 1%. So that yeah. So like for now, I just focus on data collection. Whenever like a race is going on, for example, the practice session, I sit here. Whatever I see, lap times, what tires they're on, what tires they prefer, who's doing what, everything I record it. I have an Excel sheet with everything written down, just to see how I can predict their races, how the races would go. And I would so I take this data and see if I can help my drivers in any way from that. That's all I'm going to say for now. Nothing else, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool then. Cool. It was great chatting with you all, boys. See you in Australia and good luck for the season. And let's see if you actually end up on the top step of the constructors podium. Cheers.